Thank you for joining us for this very quick whistle-stop tour of the British Water Ski and Wakeboard Club portal. First thing we need to do is to log in. We can see here that I've taken the trouble to type this in already, not being particularly well known for my typing. It's worth mentioning at this point that the first time and for every 90 days that you log on, so first time and then 90 days later, you will actually not come onto this page directly, you'll come onto what we call a grab details page, and that'll ask you certain information about yourself to update your own personal details, but also it'll ask you a bit about your involvement in the sport. That's very important to us because it allows us then to report those statistics to Sport England, who are our major funders. So once we're logged in, we come onto this screen here and we can see that we have an opportunity to update our profile, change our password. We're not going to do any of those. We're going to go straight on to continue, and that comes into the My BWSW page, and it's relevant here because information that you will be fed will eventually relate to the selections that you made on the grab details page, so it will be kind of very specific news to yourself. We're going to move on to the club portal. Just click that through to here, and we'll see that we only have one club here at the moment, and that's the BWSWTUBE club, which is our demonstration club. If you had a personal involvement in a number of clubs, then you would get all those clubs mentioned down here. But for our purposes of our demonstration, we're going to go through to the HQ club, and then that really brings you into the kind of control panel of the portal, and we'll see we have just 4 items here, and below each of those items there are a number of functions that you can perform. The first one of the 4 items here we're going to look at is to add a new member to a club, and just to remind you once again that we are going to be covering each of these in quite a bit of detail in subsequent YouTube presentations, but for the moment just a quick guided tour on how to add a new member to the club. This brings you through to what essentially is just an online input form. Now it's worth mentioning that we are working on this form as we speak. There are changes being made to it. You have already had some feedback from some of the clubs on how it should and shouldn't work, and ultimately this will be replaced by a completely new utility, and more details of that will be emerging as we get closer to being able to roll out that particular utility. But again, just a simple way of entering details, and that information will come through to us here at HQ, and that really is the best and simplest way for you to add a new member to your club. Next thing I want to look at is the club members page. Just a quick click on that, and that takes us through to the section of the site where you can update information on your members. We have an edit button there. We can go in and change a whole load of things. There's all sorts of information and changes we can make about our member here on this screen. There's also some fairly decent utilities actually. The email merge is great. Data export is a great facility for exporting information on your members into a spreadsheet, and then you can pretty much change that and interrogate that how you wish. I did say this was going to be a whistle-stop tour. If we go on now to view payments for your club, if your members had any outstanding annual fees, this is where they would ordinarily be mentioned, as this is only a demo club that we have no outstanding fees. I do have some screenshots that I will show you in a moment, which will give you some idea of how this part of the section works, but this is where you would pay for your members online. If you were renewing your members online, this would be the place that you would do it. This page is actually from the supporting material that we mailed you out earlier. It's actually a screenshot of some live data, which is why we've had to cross out all the names to protect the innocent, as it were. And it's it's a fairly simple page really. We just click on to any of the members that you want to renew, and then click on the continue button here, and that will take you through to a fairly standard payment screen where you can enter your card details. A great way. We already have some clubs who are using it and find it absolutely superb because it does save them an awful lot of time. And the final thing that I want to look at today is the club's administration page, and this is the ideal place for you to update information that will be seen live on the BWSW website. There's also a couple of useful utilities here: balance sheet, attendance admin, and activities facility. So once again, tools that would just help you. So, and to be fair, some of you are not going to use these because you'll already have your stuff up and running and you'll have no use for some of these utilities, and some clubs will look at these and think, well, that's really useful for me, and I'll be very happy to see them. And that really concludes the whistle stop guided tour of the club portal. There are other things to show you, and once again, look out for the later YouTube presentations. We'll be covering all of these in more detail, and there are some other quite useful areas in the site which are worth a visit as well. But meantime, thank you for joining me. Take care, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.